Hello, my name is Ray Buckland. Today, we're going to be wrapping the handle on my bow. As you can see, it's a PSE Dream Season Evo, and it just comes with these little rubber strips on the side. They call it their Raptor Grip. While it makes it a little bit more comfortable to handle it, you're still touching the metal part of the bow itself. And myself, this handle has a tendency, if you're out in the winter, it gets really cold, or if you're out in the summer, it gets really hot, and it can be rather uncomfortable. So what I'll be doing is I'll be wrapping it with a piece of 3/8 or 1/2 inch leather strap, as you can see right here. It needs to be about 3 to 4 feet long or so. You can do this technique to any bow, doesn't really matter. I'm just using it on my PSE. When you get your leather, it's going to be rather stiff, and we need it to be softened. There's a couple ways you can do it. One, you can kind of ball this up, get a cup of hot water and set it in there and let it soak for about 15 minutes or so it gets good and wet. The problem is with that is that the leather will shrink and it will get hard. But the benefits of it is that when you wrap your bow while it's still wet, as it shrinks, it will tighten up around the bow. So you got kind of in or out of that. I'm going to do mine dry. When you get it, it's going to be stiff, as I mentioned. The other way is, you can do it a couple different ways. You can kind of simply just roll it over and just kind of work the leather like so, all the way down from one end to the other end. And when you do that, you flip the leather around, you start back on the opposite end, and you just kind of roll it like so. Now, the other way, if you want to do it quicker and you want a little bit more softer, you start on one end and you just simply twist it until you get like a straw-like formation with your leather. As you can see how I got it here. Now after you get it here, you just kind of tug on it a little bit and then proceed all the way down to the other end of the from one end of the leather to the other end. Again, just kind of tug on it, stretch it out. That'll get the leather to loosen up a little bit. And then once you're done with that, you just kind of unwind it, get it straightened out. If you want to do it the opposite direction, if you notice the hard leather side was out, or the inside, the outside, whatever you want to call it, you just kind of roll it around where you get the opposite side up, the smooth end of it. And just kind of stretch it, do the same thing all the way down the deal. I've already done it to this leather a couple times. That also allows your hands, the oils in your hand, to transfer to the leather. So that also helps soften it up a little bit. Now, I'm a right-handed shooter, so the bow goes in my left hand. The trick is, I'm going to start the wrap on this side, on my thumb side, and I'm going to end it on my thumb side. Before we proceed, we need to remove any of the attachments that you have on your bow. If you have an arrow quiver you can remove it. As mine is attached to the bow, I gotta leave it there. So I'm just gonna remove my wrist and my front stabilizer and get them out of the way. This is a pretty simple task. We simply just start off with just kind of a little, come down to the length side on the left, on the thumb side of your bow. You bring it up and around, and you're going to kind of cross it over the top of it, like so. As you do that, you're going to want to tighten it up a little bit while holding on to it. After you get it fairly tight, kind of keep some pressure on that leather and keep it tight all the way throughout this entire wrapping. And just keep it tight. Tug on it. If you have to, kind of twist on it a little bit, bring it towards the deal. Kind of keep it tight again. Keep tugging, tugging, and tugging. And there we have it. It ended on my thumb side. Now, To get this, to tie it off, put your thumb on the last wrapping, take your little tagline here you have left over and bring it up underneath. You're going to kind of back serve it, if you were to say. Kind of get it a little bit tight. You may want to twist on the leather a little bit so you get a little bit more tightness on it. Where is my pliers at? Now what you can do is, because I can't seem to find it, you can grab a pair of pliers onto this little tagline here and really cinch it down. Then when you're done, just simply take a pair of scissors and just cut it right off. I gotta find my pliers. Well, anyways, that's concludes this tutorial. Just remember, keep a little bit on the sticking out, so in case you need to tighten it up, you have something to grab a hold of the leather here, a little leather tagline, just kind of tug it and cinch it up. Thank you. Have a nice day.